few people before I get food. Okay. As some of y'all might know, I did shatter my old phone. I actually still have the old one. But my current one, I hope you think the camera looks better. Because I chose it because when I saw how it looked in store, I could see the freckles on my face, and I was like, wow, most cameras don't show my freckles whatsoever. And I was like, you know what? I like this one. Hi! Welcome! Anyway, I am going to decide on what to make based off of what you guys want to see. I can either make some necklaces, some bracelets, or some earrings. So, oh, I can also make crowns. I figured out how I can make, what's it called? Poles. So I'm probably gonna make one to let you guys just pick while the whole thing is starting. I don't make those. I do have dragon charms, though. I make jewelry. Now let's see if I can remember how to make a pole. No. That's not the button. I wish I knew more at how this worked. I figured it out at one point, but I don't remember how to do it. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to figure that out. Wonder. An option in this? Nope, I can't figure it out. I wonder, if I grabbed my other phone, my old one, would I be able to make polls on my YouTube live via my old phone? I am gonna check. Also, this is what happened to my old phone, by the way. Look at how shattered and broken it is. Oh yeah, even the side is shattered, huh? I wonder if it still works. It's been a while since I used it. I'm just gonna unplug this one so I can try to use this one. I find it really easy to switch phones because I use an Android, so all I have to do is switch 2 different cards and just put it into the next phone, and then I just have to log into everything, and easy as pie. When my friend has to log into her phone or switch phones, she has to bring it to a store for them to do it for her, and I would never want to do that. I hate people. Yeah. Not because they're bad people, but because I'm really socially awkward and I know I accidentally insult people all the time. I mean, do you see things sometimes? I'm doing all right. How you doing? Something I'm thinking about is how much smaller this phone is compared to my new phone. And I'm like, I kind of miss how small my phone was. It was really convenient to have a tiny phone. Hmm. I can't figure it out. Maybe one day I'll refigure out how to do things with my phone, but until then, nah. Well, anyway. There's 4 different things. I can make a crown, like a tiny one or a bigger one. I can make some necklaces, some earrings, or some bracelets. So, any of those a vibe for me to make? Let me know. I mean, I slept most of this day, so I took my meds really late. No, I am poor as fuck. I don't get paid from YouTube at all. I work a fast food job. I make minimum wage. Why? Why would they bully you, though? I don't know. I feel like if someone tried to make fun of me being gay, um, which hasn't happened to me yet, so I'm doing great. But if they had, I'd just be like, but like, what's wrong with that? Weirdo. I'd make them feel like they're the weird one for laughing. And usually when people are homophobic, it's because they were taught that it's not okay, which it means they can learn that it is just how life is, and to leave people alone. Though I remember that in one of the high schools I went to as a kid, that a bunch of the trans kids kept getting bullied, and so they were afraid to go to the bathroom in any of the bathrooms because they were afraid someone was going to be like, get out, or something like that. And I'm just like, if they ever give you an issue, I'll go with you and I will defend them. Because, one, I don't care what people have to say. And two, a bathroom is meant to be a bathroom. And you should be allowed to go pee in peace. So, if anyone had anything to say, I would fight them. Because I don't really care. Like, just let people go to the bathroom in peace. Let them be themselves. It's none of your business. Because, like, I know my sexuality only matters to me and whoever I'm trying to date. Other than that, nobody else's business. It's my problem, not theirs. I've always been like that, though. Like, it's my problem to deal with. No spam in the chat, please. That's irritating. It makes people not want to care about you. Anyway. Well, that's weird. To be fair, whenever I'm alone long enough, I feel like I'm being watched, even when I'm not. But I also know paranoid schizophrenia runs in my family. So that could just be me being crazy. However, I have seen some really weird shadows appear on my walls before, and I just say that they're shadows, because at the end of the day, don't acknowledge a ghost or an entity, because then it will try to get in your head and steal your body. And that is based off of every teaching my mother has ever taught me, according to paganism. If you see or sense an entity, the best thing to do is to ignore it, and it will leave you alone. You do not want it to know that you can tell that it's there, because then it will actively go for you and go after you. And this is within the pagan teachings. So, I was taught that from pagans, and a lot of my family members within my mom's community and stuff do study witchcraft and like the afterlife and like magic. I study psychology, and I also do tarot readings. See, the thing is, you cannot confirm or deny something, and as an omniist, I believe that if you will something enough, it just is what it is. I don't confirm or deny ghosts because there is no proof to deny ghosts, and there's no proof to confirm ghosts. Because the afterlife and, like, time and stuff, there is no real scientific understanding of how it works. The thing about tarot is, I believe in tarot readings as a pseudoscience. Or a pseudoscience, because people hate that I say it weird. But my belief behind tarot readings is it is so generalized that you can continue to use it to mean something to any person if you know them well enough or understand them well enough. And I find looking into tarot readings as a way to help people open up in like a psychological sense, because the only way to improve your life or fully accept yourself into any community or space is to fully understand your thought process and your life, so that you can increase your physical capability of being a better person and doing better for yourself. And most people need guidance, which is kind of the whole point of going to therapy, is to gain the guidance and understanding of how your thought process works in order to have an easier time functioning among society. Because the only person you can control is yourself, not others. You can give guidance to others, you can teach others things, but you can't change how they function fundamentally or how their forms of thought are and their functioning baseline. And I find people really beautiful and fascinating, and that's why I liked studying psychology. Among the fact that I'm also extremely autistic, and I never understood why people thought so differently, and was curious on how to fully understand it. Because people fascinate me. And I care about people and how they are and what they're feeling, and I want the best for people. And the only way you can get the best for people is to teach them how to understand themselves. So, yeah. One thing about entities that I've been taught about from my mom's relation is that they can manipulate you, they can lie to you, they can say whatever they want because there is no repercussions for them. Pretend they never exist and ignore them. Mainly for your safety and your sanity, especially since most of them need your energy in order to live or continue functioning at a stronger sense. If you ever want to give them power over you, do not. Like, you don't want them to have power. You don't want them to have strength over you or any form of control. So just pretend they don't exist. Yeah, sure, they can seem tame at first, they can seem innocent, but that's the same logic you can use with a sociopath or a psychopath. Do not believe their lies, as the whole point of pretending you're a good person is for control. A person can pretend to be a good person all they want. That doesn't make them a good person, because they're just playing pretend to gain control. There's a difference between pretending to be a good person and actually being a good person. The reason I brought up, hey, some people do actually pretend, is because, well, I've met people that actually pretend to be a good person and try to hurt people. What do you think I'm talking about? Because I'm referring to, like, spirituality and, like, the dead. And I'm going to specifically leave it in a frame rate of, if you believe in it, you believe in it. If you don't believe in it, you don't believe in it. It's up to you. Not everyone's gonna believe in the same things. But I don't think we should judge people for believing in the same things. Or different things. Not everyone believes in ghosts, and I respect the people that do, and I respect the people that don't in the same category, but you don't have to judge them. Because at the end of the day, everyone is allowed to believe in something. Because usually believing in something is what gives people comfort. Do you not want people to be comforted? Do you not want people to feel calm or safe? Because not allowing people to believe in those fundamentals in their religion beliefs or fundamentalists, it can make them be lacking of hope and comfort. Entities, dead, all of those things, people usually relate those to a form of comfort, an understanding of how the world works. I don't believe in judging people for that. Dark Horse clearly judges people, because they think they're entitled to that. Like, whether a person believes in it or not, I will frame it in a way of the middle ground of, well, I don't know if it exists or it doesn't, but it is fine to believe in that, and I don't know if it's real or not, but that's the frame of the middle terms. I think it's pretty cool that people believe in that, and, like, they so strongly believe in it. And I find it fascinating. Yeah, usually. Hello, Storm. I find people fascinating, their belief systems fascinating. It's why I've read multiple different religions and, like, forms of thought, because everyone is so different and it's beautiful. To me, it doesn't matter if it's real or not. What matters to me is that it gives people a form of comfort and hope and understanding of the world. And that's the important part. Not whether it's real or not, because it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it never will. What does matter is that it's giving them something to think about. It's making them think. It's making them have something to look for. That's the important part. It's giving them purpose. Yes, Celeste. I love her. I got a signature from the voice actor and everything, and I love her very much. And I really want to cosplay that character, but her wig styling would take forever, and so I just probably won't for a very long time until maybe I have more money in my bank account. I am disabled. I don't like dancing. No, but I am curious now. So if you would like to explain it, go for it. Because I find different, like, belief systems and things out in this world so fascinating. And I feel like more people should be curious and more active about asking questions rather than judging something or hating on something. If it's not your thing, just move on. But while you guys talk, I'm gonna build things. No, I don't leave my house unless I'm working. No. I find all types of belief systems really fascinating, whether it's a religion or spiritualism. I find them really cool. And as long as they're not actively hurting someone, that's okay. Because it's meant to make you a better person, not a worse person. If something in this world makes you a worse person, you probably shouldn't be doing it. Well, that's terrifying. Aw, thank you. One is a stars, and then the other is like little swords with like a lot of effort into it. It's also got like feathers and stuff from peacocks and chickens. If anyone ever wanted to buy these earrings, $20. That reminds me, Storm, can you post my a link to my website and then I can pin it so that people can buy jewelry from me when they want. I can't put music on. I feel like people don't know the fact that if you listen to music on a stream, your stream gets flagged for copyright. Like, Yeah, that's other people who are willing to take the strike. I don't get paid for YouTube. I don't get paid. I also don't have a radio. I have my cell phone and myself. That's it. And I guess my air conditioner in the background, because I get so warm so easily. No, I don't. Though my dad keeps trying to invite me to karaoke. So. Thank you. I actually made the earrings myself. They have little swords and stuff. Fun fact, this is actually a peacock feather, and that's why it shines green. Yeah. I love these earrings, and they are my favorite. If I ever sold them, I would sell them for about $20. Though, that fully depends on if I do the math for how long it actually took me to make these. Why? Welcome. This is not even a bead. It's got no hoe. I missed my trash can. Thank you. See, the thing is, I collect. Let's not do that. I always have an issue doing that. I swear. Thank you, Storm. Oh yeah, no. Whenever I try to pin a message that has a link, it tends to send me to the link instead of letting me pin the message. So that was just me misclicking and struggling to pin a message. That was me. That was me. I'm not good at the phone stuff. Yeah, it really does for a second. It comes back, though. But with peacock feathers, they get collected from naturally shedded feathers from peacocks because I know a person who owns a peacock. Yeah. They were given to me for free, by the way. And they were collected ethically, which is rare. Yeah. Luckily, I know people who actually collect them ethically. Though I will say, not all of the feathers I collect come from ethical sources, because sometimes I find them from dead birds that cats in my neighborhood have killed. Um, I didn't kill the bird, but collecting from a dead corpse is considered not so ethical, depending on the person. Like, at least I'm not letting it go to waste, but also, I don't think I should be touching dead animal. I do clean the feathers, though, with alcohol, if I collect them from a dead being. Is it bad that I collected some feathers from a bird that was dead? I only did this once, by the way, because my grandmother called me and was like, hey, so one of the neighborhood cats killed this bird. Do you want the feathers? Because she knows I like to collect feathers when I go on walks, which is very rare because of the fact that my legs kind of give out if I walk for too long. I don't know if anyone would judge me for that or not, but... So, I haven't been able to collect as many feathers from streets and stuff as I used to. But I do like collecting feathers from birds. Living ones that naturally shed off, and dead ones, because, I mean... I can't bring it back to life, but I can keep its feathers. Well, I mean, I'd clean them no matter what, because nobody wants bird flu or a disease. I'm a jewelry maker. It's actually not raining. Yeah, not raining. Oh, thank you. I did pin my website in the comments. One of my moderators posted it for me. They're such a doll. You can give them a thank because they're so helpful. And they deserve all the love for being a supporter. Oh. I've never really had a problem with it raining while I'm moving. I find lightning really beautiful. Don't get me wrong, I'd like to be inside when it's thundering, but it is very pretty. But I also don't get scared very easily, despite having multiple of my family members having been struck by lightning before. This is a fact, by the way. Because why do they have, like, so many stories of this happening in my family? Also, fun fact, if you get struck by lightning once, you're more likely to get struck by lightning again because of you being positively charged now So lightning will just be automatically attracted to you. So that's a fun little tidbit of information. Though I'm not scared of lightning. Or rain. I don't like being outside during the rain because, well, I have glasses, and if it rains or my glasses get wet, then I lose the ability to see. So, I kind of like being able to see. That's kind of why I got glasses, and that's why I wear them, so I can see. Um, and I make fun of people who actively choose to stay blind even though they can afford to get a pair of glasses and not be blind. Um, yeah, I'll make fun of a person for purposely making themselves more disabled than they have to. Like, I understand if a person can't afford it, I won't make fun of them, I'll feel bad for them, but they can afford to not be disabled in that format. They can afford to buy a pair of glasses. They have the money. That's the only time I'd make fun of a person for, like, actively choosing to stay disabled, is if they don't have, is if they have the money to not have the effects of their disability and still choose not to get the fix. Like with glasses, if you can afford glasses and you do not have glasses, I'm gonna make fun of you. Because if you can afford to fix the problem, why are you not fixing the problem? Like, it's clearly causing you a lot of issues and trouble. Why do you want to struggle? A fun little thing about thunder, though, is that actually, if you see the lightning strike and then you listen for the thunder sound, that will tell you how far away the storm is from you. Like, specifically the lightning clouds. And if it gets farther and farther apart, then the storm is moving away from you. And if it's getting closer together, the middle of the storm is coming closer towards you. So that's how you dictate how long the storm is going to last. I like the sound of thunder, though. It's maybe because I just don't get scared easy. I didn't expect to read that. So, a person commented something, and it is hidden because they said something that is banned, but it is really funny. They're just making fun of their ex. No. Don't ask questions like that. That's really rude. Weirdo. This is YouTube. Go to a different website if you're gonna ask questions like that. And also, who calls underwear panties? Are you a child? Weirdo. Grow up. I like eggs when they're mixed with flour and sugar and baking powder and chocolate chips. Or peanut butter. Do you know what I did there? I basically was just like, yeah, turn the eggs into cookies. Panties is a childish word. I don't know. Maybe I was just raised different. Probably, honestly. But I was taught that panties is something you say if you're like a teenager, not someone who's like a grown adult. So maybe it's just a specific thing that I was taught, and I just go with it. I don't know. But also, I'm pretty sure a man said the word panties. If a woman said it, it would be a little bit of a different vibe, but I'm pretty sure a man said it. And that just made it creepy. Also, I hope you know my response was to the fact that a person asked what color my underwear was. So I'm gonna make fun of them. Because they were being creepy on a children's website. Because people, even though I rank my channel for adults only, I kind of just wanted to make fun of him for asking the color of my underwear. Because he was asking if I wore black underwear or no underwear. And that was just weird. I kind of just wanted to make fun of him. Even if others might feel the expense out of it, but I wanted to. Because they creeped me out. Do you like making fun of people when they creep you out? Because I feel like that's my reaction to when someone's being a creep to me. I don't know if that's normal or not, though. But I should explain that if I make fun of a specific thing, it's because someone said something really creepy related to it. Like, as much as I rank my channel for adults and, like, people in my age group, I don't want to be flirted with because my channel is about art and self-expression and, like, therapy, not about being sexy. I mean, how you dress for bed is completely up to you. Though that does give me questions. I'm not going to ask them because that is something you ask a friend, not something you ask a stranger on the internet. Do you ever bleed on your sheets? Was immediately my own thought process. Like, do you have a period? That's like the only reason I think people wear underwear to bed. It's just to protect their sheets from, like, secretion, I guess. Oh god, I hate that I used that word. That... I made myself have the ick. Because I don't think I should have used that word. Do things just not leak out of you? It's like the only thought I had when you said no underwear. And I was like, do things just not leak out of you? I don't think I should have asked that, though. Probably shouldn't answer that. Especially on the internet. Are yous a women's or no's? Because when I think Coco, I think woman. Maybe this just comes from the fact that most of the women I knew or grew up with had problems. Okay. Well, I mean, that makes sense, I guess, in a sense. I mean, I know plenty of people that sleep naked because of personal reasons. I didn't ask. I didn't care. But I also am a clean freak. You're a coconut? Cuckoo like a coconut. I hope you know a full song just from like a 5-second thing just played in my head. So if what I said seemed random or insulting, it's not. It just is a little funny. Just reminded me of a little jingle from an ad. Back when there was no AIs in ads. Oh, I miss the days when AI used to not exist in the essence that it does today. But it brings joy, and I laugh when I'm, like, I'm reminded of things that bring me joy. Though I also laugh when I'm uncomfortable, or upset, or angry. It really is, though. Because it just takes away from, like, so many people. But lazy people will always think that they're correct about their want to use AI. You can learn any skill in this world if you try hard enough to learn the skill. And you're allowed to ask for help from a person who has the skill to teach you the skill. Will you be the same as them? No, because you didn't start at the same level as them. Passion leads to improvement. And at the end of the day, I feel like if you just want something really pretty to see and want to buy art, just buy from an artist. If you want someone to sign something for you, respect that their art costs money. But now there's people trying to pretend that they're artists, selling AI instead of real art, and it's ruining so much. It's the same as people buying bulk of 3D printed objects and just selling it at flea markets. It's so sad to take the space away from people who make things with their hands and just fill it with resellers' junk. Because there's nothing wrong with being a reseller, but there are specific places and spaces made for resellers that are not made for artists. Those are two separate communities that should stay separate and shouldn't be taken over by that. Because I know there are people who create amazing, very customized things with 3D printing. Like anime, like weapons and armor. Wasn't LARPing just people dressing up in costumes and like role-playing, like fight scenes and stuff, like specifically medieval things? But now people are using the term LARP to mean anyone who dresses up instead of using the term cosplaying. Which I feel like people do not know that there's different terms for different groups. Because they're different things. Yeah. I'll never understand why people just mix things up. Because, like, I like cosplaying, but it's not the same as LARPing. There's a reason we have different terms and different groups for things. It's because it's necessary to support things that people work hard on. I think it's because people are losing the motivation to learn. I mean, look at the school system itself. It's not built for learning, it's built for keeping people in line and control. Why would you want to rage bait? Though I like rage baiting religious people. It's so easy to rage bait religious people. If you want to rage bait a religious person, say something that is so wrong about their religion as a question and just let them get angry. It is so easy. You can say anything about a religion and someone will get heated and angry in the comments. It is so funny. The thing is, after a while, I end up feeling kind of bad that I rage baited them. And I'm just like, you know this is rage bait, right? Like, this is not meant to be, like, a real thought. Like, it is just funny. What gender do you think I was born, and what gender do you think I am now? That is the real question. 'Cause I've always had tits. I still have tits. Because I kind of was born a woman. I just... I'm not getting angry, I'm asking a serious question. Because I'm curious. What did you think I was? Aren't humans animals? See, the thing is, it only counts as rage bait if someone actually gets angry. I get curious, and I ask questions. I don't really get angry, but I do get curious. Like, do you know what that means? I don't know anything about that fully. I'm curious what I'm missing. I will state that I will let people use whatever pronouns they want with me, because I find it really fun to just fuck with people. Because I can get my voice really deep and sound like a guy, and then I can also talk really like, "Hi, how are you?" And I can also talk very cutesy. But that's because I like to mess with people. And I do like a little bit of voice acting because I write stories and I want my characters in the stories to have different voices. I also cosplay both female characters and male characters. Also, apparently, according to some people, my voice, when I get a deeper voice or go for a deeper voice, some reason it sounds kind of like my brother. And well, I don't know how I feel about that. Though, when I go for a country voice, sometimes I go for a southern voice. When I try to do a southern voice, I like that. I was not born a man, though. My brother's a psychopath. I don't I don't think you should care if he's single or not. Though I think he should stay single forever because the last person he was in a relationship with for over 5 years, he got a domestic violence against. And then as soon as she got a restraining order, he kept talking about how he wished he killed her and hid the body because she had no family that would look for her. So, I think we should just pretend he doesn't exist. No, but he's also my brother, so the answer will always be no for me. See, the thing is, If a person has a conduct disorder and you just aren't around to fix it or force them into therapy their entirety of time, they're most likely going to get worse. There's actually a fun little fact that he tried to kill me 3 times. I don't like either of those restaurants. The thing is, I am autistic. I was diagnosed with that. No, no thank you. I mean, I would hope people could tell. I don't mask it. I was taught that it's okay to be myself no matter how weird I am or how I think differently than others. My parents accept it, but they don't accept that it's autism for some reason. They're just like, you're just weird and quirky. And I do not understand why. They do have me on meds. See, I think it's perfectly fine to be yourself, as long as you're not hurting anybody. You want the best for people, and that's kind of the point. I know some people who don't want the best for others, like my sibling. See, the thing is, not only was I diagnosed, I had not just 3 doctors say, yeah, you're definitely autistic, but 4 doctors say, yeah, you're autistic. But for some reason, they're like, no. And I'm like, well, I mean, 4 doctors sure seem to think so, and I sure seem to think so, because I follow so many of the items on the DSM-5 under the autism spectrum. I mean, yeah, they are less likely to be diagnosed. But for some reason, even after having actual doctors diagnose me, my parents are still like, there's no way you're autistic. You're too intelligent for that. And I'm like, intelligence level has nothing to do with autism at all. You can be smart and be autistic. That has nothing to do with it. I didn't self-diagnose. I saw psychologists and psychiatrists because I wanted to know the truth. I wanted to know if I really was autistic. I had an inkling and I was like, I don't think I am, but I could be. And then I actually saw a real doctor for it. Because I'm like, well, I need proof. And so I did. I got it. It's like, why can't you be both my biggest fear? I don't really have... Yeah, I took myself because none of them wanted me to get diagnosed. None of them believed that I needed to. I'm not looking for social acceptance here, but I was immediately complaining about my family being awful people. Don't get me wrong, I love my dad. I mean, yeah, but no, I was just chatting about my family because someone brought something up that made me think about how, yeah, I don't know. I had proof of this information and I got the answers. To be fair, the reason I go on socials and stream and stuff sometimes is because I like chatting with people. No, my parents are divorced. Oh God, they should not be together. Like, as much as I love my parents individually, why do they always talk shit about each other? Will be beyond me. Yeah, but it's also 12 p.m. and I don't drink alcohol, so I'm not gonna go to a bar. Yeah, when they're stupid. But I say it to their faces usually. Yeah, I say it to their faces when I talk shit about them. But I also will say it on camera for them to see too. I love my parents, but I also am like, why can't you just accept the answers you were given? Did you know that if schizophrenia runs in your bloodline, weed can actually trigger it to start affecting you? I don't want my parents back together. I feel like my mom would murder my dad. Like, legit. I feel like she would kill him. They're happier now that they're not together, and I'm kind of glad about that. I'd rather them be happy. Yeah. I'd rather them be happy than be together. No, I don't want them dead. They're more useful to me alive. Because, like, then I have their comfort, their love, and reassurance. You know? Do they talk shit about each other? Yeah. Am I gonna call them awful for that? Yeah. Because they shouldn't talk about each other if they're not gonna say something nice. They just have different lives and different opinions. They're different people. They're meant to be different people. I do live with my father, yes. Not really. I don't need to miss something if I can just reminisce and remember how happy things are. I don't get sad about that, but I guess I can feel like happy that I had that experience. But I don't need to do it again. No, the problem is that they talk shit about each other, not that they support me. Though they don't fully support me, I guess, in a sense. Because if I have anything that is slightly different about my philosophy than them, it's a problem. Like, I want to be a therapist because I like helping people understand how they think and function. No. Don't get me wrong, when I was a kid, I used to be furious that they were splitting up because I was like, why are you changing everything in my life? I miss my mom's cooking. Dad, you're never around and you're always drinking. I kind of liked it better when they were home, you know, but they weren't after the divorce. I miss my mom's cooking. I actually am still friends with my exes. They never really did anything wrong to me. Do I feel bad for them? Yeah. My mom don't have money. My mom can't even cook for herself anymore because she don't even have a kitchen. And also, my mom's not in the same state anymore. She's always switching, like, houses and stuff. Girl, that's why I'm in therapy. Oh yeah, my dad always calls my mom a crazy bitch. And then constantly calls me a liar every time I have proof that I'm telling the truth. Which is weird. Like, when I was in a car accident, he initially blamed the car accident on me. Then I brought home video footage that it wasn't my fault. There was a police report that says it wasn't my fault, and there was multiple witnesses that said it wasn't my fault. Yet he still blamed me for it. I mean, most people want to be right. So, I feel like that's just normal. Was who Asian? Yeah, but I also I don't think a parent can tell you you're wrong when you have proof that you are correct and not at fault. Like, if you had evidence that you were right, why should they tell you you're wrong? So I was always confused, and I didn't understand. Eh, I don't know. I'm not homeless. I'm clearly in a house. Like, do you know how confusing it can be to be with someone in your life and they constantly are like, you're not correct, even though you have proof? Don't call him daddy, that's so weird. Yeah, she did hurt him, but he shouldn't be taking it out on other people. Yeah, sometimes, yeah. That's why I study psychology, because I want to understand people. Because I don't, fundamentally can't, usually. Not without extra help. That's still weird, though. Like, it's okay to be wrong, and I feel like people should be okay with being wrong. Mm, that sounds delicious. Do you have, like, a recipe? Psychology is really fun, though. But it is my, like, main want for it. A combative child? I was alone most of my childhood. I've read about it once. I'm pretty sure I have the definition somewhere in one of my textbooks, honestly. I like writing down things so that I can remember them. Does what hurt me? Want to know something interesting though? So I've been studying psychology, and like this is my like main goal is to become a therapist. And my grandmother's like, why are you not just becoming an artist? Like, I'd rather you be an artist than a psychologist or a therapist. And I'm just like, because art doesn't pay the bills. Like, sure, I would love if my art made me money. I would love to be like an artist and sell jewelry as like my main thing. But at the end of the day, I'd rather help people psychologically. Because, yeah. One's a job, one's a hobby. Though I've always felt like hobbies should stay hobbies mainly, or as like a side thing for money, but never the main focus. But I like helping people too much to want to just do jewelry. I think I'll always want to help people, even if I started making enough money from selling jewelry. So even if I do make a lot of money from selling jewelry, I still probably will want to do psychology and be a therapist no matter what. And I'm still gonna study until I get a doctorate, even though I can start doing therapy and like being a therapist when I get my bachelor's. Because at the end of the day, I just like helping people in any way possible. I want them to sparkle and be happy and know how they think so that they can help people understand them better and live in peace. Well, so far, what I'm making right now is things like this. Look how shiny. I think art can help people. I kind of want to be an art therapist, but I'll see what's in the cards. I let things happen as they go because you can't just become something immediately. You have to work for it. This is another one I made where it's like little wire trees and they've got like little swirls at the bottom. I like those too. I have one tattoo. People go through things. I don't blame them. I mean, I wouldn't mind working with special needs kids, but I'd rather work with adults than with children. Oh, that's sad. One thing I was always taught to think about colors to make you feel better about them is like, I used to not like the color red because I always thought it was like a really negative color. It was like the color of passion and anger and violence and fire. But it can also be positive, like love and warmth and comfort. And having a perspective change on life made it a lot easier to understand that every color has a meaning that's both bad and good, so they are neutral in the end with emotion. And depending on what emotion you connect the most to the color is what's going on in your life right now emotionally. Because at the time, I was really unable to feel or harness my anger. And so it really made it hard for me to like want to be around the color red because I'm like, that's just such a negative color. Why would I want to wear something that has so much like ideology that I don't really connect with? Which is why I liked the color green. It's like a true neutral color. It's a part of nature. It fits in with any color as long as you change the tone of it. And I like neutrals. You make me think of like a cream khaki color. Like a cream color and a khaki color. What's the color of khakis? That's the color I think of you. For cocoa. Get beige. I do have fangs. I've had these teeth since I was born. Fun fact that a lot of people tend to not think about is you've always had your adult teeth even when you were a kid. You just couldn't see them at the time. I don't know, you give me a beige vibe, Coco. I don't know how to feel about that. There is no like hate towards that because beige is a normal color, but you just give me like beige vibes. Like I feel like you would. What color are you, Victor? I don't know, Victor. You kind of give me like an emerald green vibe. You remind me of Ireland. Yeah. Oh, thank you. I made them. I think you're purple. I made these earrings. They have like a little sword detail. And like there's a bunch of like chains that I linked together. Yeah. If you want to buy any jewelry that I make, I'll eventually put anything I'm wearing. I can't tell you why, because even I won't ever know why. For some reason, my brain was just like, I saw his name, and I thought of a vibe, and the vibe was green in Ireland, and I don't know why. No. I'll never be able to explain my thought process. My thoughts just happen, and I don't know where they come from. Yeah. Yeah, you give me purple vibes, planet. I don't say people's names. Mainly because people try to make me say, like, phrases that sound inappropriate. Trollin' your vibes? You give me, like, burgundy vibes. Gray. Moon, you give off gray vibes. You make me think of gray. Like a really dark, slightly brownish gray. Me? I give you blue vibes? Fun fact, the color of my aura is blue. Which means I give off very masculine vibes. And empathy. Yay. See, the thing about the masculine part is I've been told that I look like a man way too many times to not say that there is masculinity. Especially with, like, my muscles. Your aura? I don't know how to describe how to see a person's aura, but it's just... It's the color that lifts off of them when your eyes unfocus. Yeah, I make jewelry, so of course I have some form of muscle. Yay. But it also might be the fact that I have, like, some form of a jawline, and not everyone does, apparently. But I don't know if they've just never seen a person before. I just don't know if they've seen a person. What an answer. I definitely need to go to bed because what the fuck was that thought process? Yeah. No shit. Just because some people have the sense of, oh, you look feminine, doesn't mean everyone is smart. Because apparently some people think I look like a femboy or a boy that's trying to be a girl. And I still don't know how to feel about that other than, so I give very non-binary. See, the thing is about my muscles, I don't work out, so I don't know how I have any form of muscles at all. I don't work out, so why do I have muscles at all? Yeah, so many people, I don't like gyms. They're so disgusting. Did you know some people do not clean up before or after they go to the gym or like sit on a piece of equipment? It's disgusting. I don't think I could ever go to a gym because of how gross people are. People gross me out. Like, there was a story once of a girl who was free bleeding on a workout machine and did not clean up after herself. I find people too gross to ever want to go to a gym. I feel like it's normal to not want a person's dirty ass to be where yours is when they're sweating. 'Cause, like, what if they have a disease? There are too many horror stories. Like, I'm just afraid of catching a disease from someone, because I'm immunocompromised. Any form of illness can get me hospitalized. I ain't risking that shit. Yeah, they have cleaning stuff for a reason. Doesn't change how gross the general public is. If I'm gonna work out, I'm gonna work out at home. Because I trust myself to be clean. I don't trust the general public to not be gross. Especially since I work fast food. There was a person who took a shit outside of the unlocked bathrooms on the floor. I don't trust the general public. Nope, not Burger King. I work at a KFC. The thing is, the place that I work at is like really close to our courthouse. I wish we lived closer to a health department. Because I don't trust people. We have cookies now. There was so long, and they're freshly baked too. I don't like chicken, which is why I chose to work at a KFC. But I do like cookies. So I'm kind of happy about the cookies. We had waffles at one point, by the way, and they were so delicious. I'm so sad. I'm so sad that we don't have waffles anymore. I miss our waffles. They were so good, and we got Aunt Jemima's syrup, so it was like the butter syrup, and it was so good. And I'm so sad we don't have them anymore. They were so sweet, and we fried those things. They were fried waffles. I love Subway cookies. They are like the best. Though, why is food from Subway cost like $20 for one meal? What happened to the $5 footlongs? Like, I missed that time. Though, if you're lucky to live close enough to a Subway, you get coupons and you can get 3 footlong subs for $20. So, I'm kind of glad I live really close to one because I get the coupons and then I can get 3 sandwiches for $20. I can also get a free cookie every so often when I buy food. Now it's 4 times the price. You can still you can still have partners. I don't think you know how immunocompromised works. There's different levels to it. Some people are so immunocompromised that they can't go near people whatsoever, like they're in a bubble. And then there's people who are just like slightly immunocompromised. So anytime they get ill or something, they can get hospitalized. It won't kill them, but it will get them in the hospital. There's different levels to it. I'm probably like less immunocompromised than my dad and my aunt who have MS. It's the same thing with autism. There's different levels of the spectrum. Everything has a spectrum, especially in science. You just have to accept the suffocation from the cats. They chose it. They can take you to Valhalla. One of my favorite hats is this one. It's just so fluffy and like so soft. And it makes me so happy. But the thing about immunocompromised people is you can have relationships when you're immunocompromised. It just means that if the person you're dating gets sick, they have to sleep in a different room until they feel better. And yeah. Thank you. My best friend actually does my hair. She's like awesome. But also, I'm the type of person that if I get sick, I end up hospitalized. Yay. It's not fun. She's my best friend, and we've known each other since like middle school. One of the first phones she ever had was a gift that I gave her. I basically gave her one of my old phones because I was like, you are my friend now, and you should be allowed to contact me. Here is a phone. I mean, I had an extra one because I got a new phone. Sure, the screen was like completely broken, but you know what? It still functioned. I've gotten hospitalized a few times. Usually because of malnutrition, though. There was like a full year where I stopped getting fed because every time my aunt would cook, it would be with rotten meat. And chicken is not meant to smell like fish. That's how you know it's gone off. And that you should throw it out and not eat it. But they kept eating chicken that had gone off and expecting me to try to eat it. And I had no, like, actual food given to me that wasn't rotten, so I just wasn't eating for, like, I wasn't eating properly for, like, a good while during that time. So I kept being in and out of the hospital until my best friend started dating my brother at the time and started feeding me real food. So she's the only reason I am doing better now. Yeah. Though I will state, I do eat better now than I did before. So. Oh yeah, no, she's my best friend. Even after my brother got a domestic violence on her, we're still besties and we still take care of each other. Because, well, we can. And we're really good friends. Sometimes you meet a friend and they're really good. She's not dating my brother no more. She actually has a restraining order against my brother now. Because my brother tried to kill her. Because he's a psychopath. The thing is, I warned her about my brother. But the thing is, when she first started dating my brother, she did not know we were related. Because we're so different, personality-wise. Because, like, I genuinely care about people, and my brother is a psychopath who doesn't feel any emotion whatsoever for anyone. So now, like, occasionally when I meet people and they're like, oh yeah, we know your brother. And I'm like, you know he's a psychopath, right? Like, he's really fake. He does actively try to kill people. If they make him upset. There were like 3 stories from different family members that have stories of when my brother has tried to kill me when I was a kid, and them stopping him from actively succeeding. there is a very big mystery of, yeah, I got lucky that I'm still alive. Oh, yeah, no. But he's also an idiot, so don't expect much. I got lucky. The one thing I have in my life is that I'm extremely lucky. I remember once I walked down a street to go to like a Walgreens. They all shut down in my state, but back when there was a Walgreens, I walked to there because I wanted candy, and I found a gift card that had $100 on it. And now I'm a premium member for that shoe store that I found the gift card for. The reason I'm nonchalant about it is because I went to therapy. So I've moved on through the oh my god part to the, well, it happened. I'm over it. I survived. I can't fix him or change him. So it's just gonna happen. My brother lives in the same house as me now. So, safe? No. Do I have a lock on my door? Yes. Do I have many knives to keep me safe? Also, yes. I don't trust him, not even a little bit. Well, yeah, because as soon as my brother got that restraining order from my best friend, um, he ended up moving back home. Well, I'm on camera. He's not going to do anything if he knows I was on camera. He gets really passive when there's a camera involved. Yes, I would love to show you some of my knives because they are the best thing I own. This is one of my beautiful ones. Very simple, very plain. Got black. Then I have the one that I carry in my bag at all times. It's just convenient to carry a knife on you. It's like a little carabiner, and like it tightens and stuff, so it's like really cool. But it's like really pretty. It's very basic, but I can also put keychains on it. And so it's just genuinely comfortable to have. Yeah. The thing is, ever since I started being medicated, he actually started getting a little bit terrified of me because I actually stand up for myself now when he's being an asshole. And he can't handle when I'm actually being smart and quick with him. And also the fact that I can actually be angry now. I used to never be able to get angry. I'm so glad I can get angry now. I love my meds. They're so useful. Because I used to not be able to get angry. But now I can. And it's useful. Let me grab a few more different ones. Some of them are just like letter openers. Some of them are real knives. Some of them are sharp. Some of them are not. I love them all equally anyway. Like, this one is just a letter opener. If you know what this is from, then you're cool and you passed a vibe check. It's just a letter opener. It's very dull, not sharp, but I like using it for opening letters and mail. Because it's not sharp, it won't destroy anything that I like. But it's really pretty, and I love this knife. Even if this one isn't really a weapon, I still love it. Then I have this knife. I actually have 2 of these, and I love them. They're like little, like, raptor claws. I love it. But it reminds me of, like, an assassin from, like, if you do LARPing and stuff, but, like, you wanted to wear, like, actual weapons. It also kind of reminds me of Riddick from... It is a karambit. Like, do you know Riddick from, like, those, like, really cool movies? Yeah. I like these. I love these knives. A karambit is a type of knife. But it does remind me of, like, little raptor claws. I do love Assassin's Creed. I remember when I first tried to play Assassin's Creed, and then I immediately glitched out of the map, and then I couldn't finish the level, and I couldn't fix it or reset it, because I didn't know how. And I don't know what I did to do that, but I could never finish the game because I glitched it. Well, I mean, I have an obvious answer for my favorite bird. I like Mortal Kombat. I love Melina specifically from Mortal Kombat because monster mouths and hot women. I don't know how to explain it other than it's just... yeah. My teeth are natural. So my teeth were free because I was born with good genetics to have cool teeth. I actually made this myself out of like a block of foam during an art class when I was in school. I ended up having my own page in the yearbook and I was so happy. Like, I had 2 of my art things be featured in the yearbook when I was in school because of how good of an artist I was back then. And I'm like, yeah. You spelt her name wrong. To you. Just because they're not pretty to you doesn't mean I don't like them. I love my teeth. Do you like your teeth? Because I like having fangs. I mean, hating ain't gonna hurt my feelings. Just gonna make them get hated on, apparently. Because everyone's just, like, immediately gonna tell you why you're wrong. And everyone's having a blast hating on you. Why would I let them not have any fun with you? Why would I take away their toy? That's rude. I think there's 3. But then again, some people just watch for the drama. But they're having fun. And that's okay. I'll let them boys have fun. You hurt their feelings, but you didn't hurt mine. Because I don't care what your opinion is. I dropped beads of mine, and I don't know where they went. You know, that's fair. Oh yeah, here's another knife I have. I like this one. I think it has like a really pretty curve. And the fact that it has like a case means I can like hide it in like an outfit and stuff for costumes and stuff. Because I like using weaponry in costumes. I also have a machete. Let me go find that. I'm pretty sure I know exactly where it is, but I hide it because, well, I need to find it, not other people. There was actually only one time I ever needed to take out my machete before, and it's because I thought some coyotes were trying to kill one of my cats. Did I immediately grab a machete and try to chase the coyotes? Yes. Do I recommend doing that? No. But will I do that again if someone tries to kill my cat? Yeah. Oh my god, I found another one of my cool knives. Wait. I love this knife. I've actually never been outside of America. I just like weapons. That's a different thing altogether. Oh yeah, this is another knife I have. I usually use this one for cooking, but it is very beautiful, and I love it. And it's got a blue handle, and it's got a little cover, and it says tasty. And back to my other weapons. Move my machete? I probably did. Because I had to clean my room recently because I had visitors. So I probably did move it because it was a little too easy to get to. And one of my friends likes to cut herself, so I have to hide my weapons every time she visits. Because I'm afraid she's going to steal one of my weapons to continue cutting herself. So, yeah. I will defend my cats because I love them with all my heart, and I will never... No, they are not. One of the funniest part is that friend of mine, I'm mainly just a babysitter for her, but yes. But she likes to deny that she has a mental illness. Want to know something really funny? So one of my coworkers, he's like, I'm never gonna make you angry, and now he makes me cookies. So that is his peace offering to not get me angry. I'm gonna show you. He literally makes me cookies. Because he's like, let's tame the crazy with cookies. My favorite anime is Violet Evergarden. It is. He also once bought me bananas. Because I was low on potassium and ended up in the hospital. Take a bite. Num num num. I like cookies. Which one? Because there's quite a few. But if you're talking about this one, that was fan art. That was fan art a friend drew of me. My best friend makes the best white chocolate macadamia nut cookies. Or he's afraid of you and wants to make sure you won't murder him for making a mistake. Cookies can also be given out of fear. Not always out of love. Sometimes it's out of fear. Want to know something really funny, though? He is actually bisexual. But he knows I'm a lesbian, so... He respects that I can't ever be attracted to a man. Though, a fun little thing that I think about is a conversation I had with one of my, like, coworkers that was gay. And one of them was like, can't you choose your sexuality? And I'm like, no. It's just ingrained in you that you are gonna just be attracted to certain things. Because trust me, if I had a choice, I would not want to be gay. Because do you know how easy it would have been for me to just marry a rich guy? and just give him all my love and attention, it would have been so easy. But I can't be attracted to men. Instead, I end up being a major bitch to them and find them disgusting. And the thing is, I've met really nice guys. Like, genuinely good people. And they are amazing to people. And every woman they treat or meet, they treat really well. And I know they're good people. That's why I'm still friends with them. But I'm not attracted to them. I find them physically disgusting. Rich guy for comfort. That's the reason, usually. It's for comfort. It's not even, like, for any reason other than comfort. Because they can't only have money, they also have to be your type and a good person. But money is important so that you don't get angry at each other over when you have to pay bills, when you have to eat, or if you even have enough money to eat. I don't know, I just find them physically unattractive to the point that I just... Ugh. It's not my fault. I just can't be attracted to them. It is just impossible. And the thing is, these are men that are, like, known to be stereotypically attractive. But I find them gross to look at or think of in a sexual context. And if there is no sexual context, you can't have a relationship beyond friendship with them. Because you have to be attracted to the person you're dating in order to have a relationship. Otherwise, it's just not going to work. Don't get me wrong, I still love them, but not in the same context. It's like, because they're really cool people, and we get along so well. But they're really not fun to look at. But other people say that they're, like, relatively attractive. And I'm just like... I mean, good for them. Though now, one of my exes, like, he has, like, a genuinely amazing girlfriend, and I'm so happy for them, though. And it's so cute, and I'm so glad they're, like, in a loving, committed relationship, and they, like, trust each other, and they talk to each other, and it's so cute. I like watching people be happy. I'm so glad he found his person. Because, like, I felt so bad, because, like, I genuinely just couldn't be attracted to them. And I'm like, you deserve love because you're a good person, but I'm not that person for you. My type of girl? I wanted to know if I was straight. And everyone around me was like, you gotta be straight. You can't be gay. Because of, like, homophobia surrounding me. And then I was just like, but I don't find guys attractive. Like, is it normal to get, like, irrationally, like, angry or, like, rude when you are around someone that everyone's like, you should date them because you get along, but you don't find them attractive? So you just end up being really mean, and, like, it changes your whole personality because you're around someone you don't find attractive, forced to date them. And you know you're not attracted to them, and you know you don't want to date them, you just find them cool to be friends with. So it ends up making you just an awful person to them and hoping they would break up with you. But whenever I try to date women, or things like that, I get nicer and I'm more giving. I try to be around them more. I get very cuddly. But with men, I get detached, angry, and mean, and critical. But with women, I get cuddly, happy, and comforting, and giving. I don't mind being friends with men, but their bodies physically disgust me to the extent that I just don't want to date them ever, because they gross me out. I don't mind being friends with men. But yeah. The thing is, I've never had a bad experience with any of the guys I've dated. Because, like, they were genuinely nice guys, and we're still friends to this day, every single one of my, like, guy exes. But I genuinely was taught that, like, you can't be attracted to women, and I was, like, I was in a very homophobic, like, situation, because I was with my grandmother at the time, and she was like, you can't be gay, because that's not okay. Oh, what? Yeah. Because, like, all of the guys that I dated, I still care about them, but only when we're friends. If that makes sense. Because we only get along with each other when we're friends. So you don't really get to choose your attraction. You kind of just don't choose it. It kind of just is forced upon you. I just always innately have never been able to be attracted to men. And that's okay. If it was a choice, I would have been straight and I would have been married by now. But I'm not. And I can't change that. And that's okay. It's just who you are. You can't choose who you are fundamentally. It's just the foundation of your personality. There are certain things in life you just don't get to choose. And sexuality is one of them. You can choose who to love, but not to attract. Yeah, I agree with that, Matt. I like the way you framed that. Good job. But yeah. Because, like, I can love a person without wanting to date them. Like, you can love your friends, you can love your family, but you wouldn't choose to date your friends or your family. You want to date someone you're actually attracted to. Yeah, but Eve was made out of Adam. So wasn't Eve technically the first trans man? Like, she was literally made out of Adam's rib. Eve wasn't born a woman because she was born part of Adam. God just gave her female parts because God can do whatever the hell he wants. Like when God created hell. Eve was made out of a man body part. She was made out of Adam's rib. That was a full piece of Adam that was turned into a woman. And since Adam's a man, that part of him was a man fully, and then turned into a woman. Does that make sense? Or did I lose you again? I think everyone should be friends before they get in a relationship, regardless. But that's mainly because the foundation of a relationship should be you actually liking a person for themselves, not just being attracted to them. If something was a man and was then a woman, is that technically trans? If something was man, piece, and now is woman, piece, is it technically trans? There's no judgment in this. This is a question. Because then what does quantify trans to you? The rib was in Adam, so technically it did have a penis at one point. It was attached to something that had a penis. But you're not answering it a way that makes sense. I need it to make sense to me. So you need to describe it in a way that makes sense to me. There is no proof whether they were real or not, so I can say there is no evidence, but nothing against it or with it. They could have been real, but there's no proof, and nothing to prove it real or not real. But I do kind of believe that the Bible was a history book rather than a real story. I'm going to ask a genuine question because I like learning. But what does quantify something? Is there? Because, like, what is the proof? I've never seen it. I do love science, and that's why I'm curious why they're saying that there's proof. See, Carlos, I do agree and I do believe in evolution. But I also believe that evolution and the Bible can coexist in the same world if you believe in aliens. I'm going to make everybody angry because there is this whole thing going on where they believe that our original planet was actually Mars. We destroyed that planet because we got too greedy. We created the Bible to defend ourselves, to help rebuild a new world where we were nice to each other and not greedy. And then we moved to this planet and we were the asteroids that killed the dinosaurs. I hope you know that this is just a really funny thing that one of like the forms of religion actually believes. I hope you know this is like a real religion that exists out there. Is they believe that we are aliens that took over and evolved into what we are now by coexisting and breeding with the creatures of this planet. This is a real religion. This is a real religion I'm discussing right now because it is really funny. I don't think it's Scientology. Is it? I have no idea what it's called, but I heard someone talking about it, and it makes some people stop discussing religion. And I don't know what it is called, but I know this exists. And I know it's like an actual belief that some people believe in. And I find it kind of like both funny, but also there's no proof that it's true or wrong. Because I need to actually have like documentation of proof that something exists in order to like believe something. Because like I can't not believe in it, but I can also believe in it. That's actually why a lot of people in that theory believe that Atlantis was originally extremely technologically advanced. See, the thing is, I'm not going to do that myself. I don't care enough. If a person wants to tell me about it, I'll listen and I'll read with them. But otherwise, no. I'm not going to read it on my own. If a person wants to talk with me about it, sure. I love having conversations with people. But otherwise, I'm probably not going to do any research about it because I don't give a shit. Whether it's real or not doesn't really matter to me. That's why I say that the Bible's a history book, by the way, not an actual religion thing. But people do use it as a way to control people, so yeah. That's interesting. I am 23. I do find religions fascinating. And I find listening to people fascinating. A lot of my moderators like to say that I'm like 67, but like I'm 23. hand? That's called genetics, honey. Get better ones. I remember I was in the library one day with my nephew, and someone looked at me and was like, "How old are you?" And they thought I was a middle schooler. They thought I was 14. I'm not that young. They really did think I was that young, though. I'm 23. I just have good genetics. Thank you, I made them myself. I mean, yeah, it is still relatively young, but I'm also not a child. I am an adult. Am I a young adult? Yes. Am I a child? No. Do I get treated like one? All the time. But I get it. I mean, my face does not have much going on. I'm a young adult. Yes, that is true. See, the thing is, you only get stressed when you're worried about your future. I just let things happen. And I work really hard to make things happen. So I don't get stressed about the future because I work really hard to achieve things instead of just expecting things to go better or to get better. The actual science behind the development of the brain is your brain will fully grow and finish developing not exactly, because some people they studied and realized some people's brains take longer to grow than 25. So if you have a developmental disorder or are a man, it can take till you're 28 to 29 for your brain to fully develop. But for women, it can develop and finish developing around 23 to 25. Depending on the size of your brain and, well, mental illnesses, developmental disorders, whether you were on drugs or not. but your brain grows. It doesn't finish developing ever because it always changes. Like, your brain can get more wrinkly as you age, no matter what, but your prefrontal cortex finishes growing, and the size of your brain finishes developing fully by the time you're around 23 to 25, which means you'll have the ability to use reasoning skills. I'm trying to explain it to this person in a way that I think they'll make sense, but I don't know how stupid or intelligent they are. I don't know what level of education or personality they are, and I can't assume that every person is educated in the same capacity. You can start getting stupider at age 30 if you stop constantly experiencing new things, yes. I can't expect everyone to be smart, and I can't expect everyone to be dumb. I mean, yeah. People tend to get really stupid sometimes. And it's really sad, because, like, people are capable of so much if they just keep trying to learn. Am I yelling? I have no form of tone. Or are you talking about gaming yelling? Because they're typing in capitals. Your brain can start losing the capacity to restructure and rewire if you're not learning or using your brain. It's called regression for a reason. Lots of people have mental illnesses. Exactly. That's why it's not good to do the same thing over and over again. It's good to always try to do something new. What? Yeah. Oh. Anyway, it's getting really late, and I should probably head to bed soon, so peace, love, have a good night, my fab fans, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.